What's going on YouTube? It's your man V from V's World coming back to you one more time. He hits it out the park. You know, today I want to talk to you about something that I've been actually watching on a lot of videos on lately on YouTube that I find interesting. It's the subject is the art of picking up women. Okay, it's primarily I'm going to talk to you about these pickup artists that give these dating boot camps to these poor guys who are lacking in that area. You know, I feel for those guys, honestly, to tell you the truth, that they have to go through that. But I think some of them actually get something out of it. Some pretty good pointers from what I've seen on the videos. I can tell you from being in the public eye for a long time as a band leader and a performer and engaging with all kinds of people, women especially, you know, in a nightclub setting, in a social setting. And let me just say this, I can tell you what has worked for me without having to go to these kind of boot camp things, you know, and these seminars where you pay hundreds and or thousands of dollars to attend. I have found that if you approach a woman, you better have something to say. Seriously, even if it's just hi, but you gotta back it up with something. That's what these guys call the opener. You know, they don't just say hi, they say something else, some slick line. That's fine, that works. I've used those kind of lines, but you have to be able to steer the conversation for one. Once you open your mouth, you can't sit there cannot be any dead air. I have found that out with entertaining as well. When we segue from one song to the next, I don't want any dead air. Okay, you have to be entertaining all of the time, period, in the story. And when you're picking up on somebody, that's what you're doing. You are literally giving them a show. Okay, you're not a peacock. You don't have the feathers to go everywhere. You know, they're not all colorful. So you have to use your humor. You have to use your eyes, your voice. Okay, sometimes it gets real deep. Sometimes you speak a little slower or lighter. Inflection, all these things come into play. But getting back to my point, you have to have a quick wit, okay? Snap, 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 snap. She says something, you retort back. She says something again, you tease her. She responds to the tease thing, you tell her you're kidding. She says, oh good, and then you tell her, no, I wasn't kidding. Whatever, just keep the conversation moving. Girls need to be entertained. They don't want some guy that's boring, also known as the nice guy. Okay, you could be the good guy, but the nice guy is boring. He finishes last, unfortunately. Another thing is, be edgy, be bold, say something completely absurd. You know, I was watching this video once, and it was about a pickup artist in Russia. He was a cocky son of a bitch, but he had a great point. He was getting interviewed by this other guy and said, what makes you such a great pickup artist? And then the guy started to respond, and then he got cut off again. And the guy asked him one more question. He said, what do you think about Mystery? And he was like, who? And then he said, oh, it's this guy over in the States or in Canada, where the hell. And he's like, never heard of him, so he must not be anybody. He was cocky, right? I thought, all right. But then he said something that blew my mind. He said, the way you get women is you have to be a bullshit maker. You know, your mouth has to literally produce shit every 5 seconds. That's it. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I realized he is absolutely correct about that. Never answer a question in a straightforward manner. It's boring. Be entertaining if you want to pick up women. That is what works. Have confidence. Be humorous. Be personable. Okay? Don't come off needy. That is a put off for anybody, especially girls. They don't want the needy guy. They don't want the nice guy. Why do you think they end up with the assholes? Because he's exciting. You know, he keeps it moving. Now, personally, I don't think that is the best thing to do, to be the jerk. I think you have to find some common ground between being cocky and confident. Arrogance doesn't really work, not really. That's a turn off too. So guys out there, especially the guys who are having a difficult time, get out there and be social. Even if you're not trying to necessarily take the girl home Just get in front of people and talk to them, okay? And work on your body language, express yourself. Eye contact, majorly important, just paramount. And these guys that are doing it, a lot of them know what they're talking about because repetition. They've gotten out there and they've talked and they've talked and they've talked and they've talked to strangers. They don't care. And that's another thing. Oh man, I'm rambling. When I was in the business and I wanted to take a girl home, I would just straight up, flat out tell her what my intentions were because I didn't care what her response was. I didn't care. I didn't care if she was going to shoot me down. Dude, there's like 300 people in this room, half of them are women. You're not the only girl in here, okay? So when you have that attitude about you, you become very intriguing to these girls. Get in their head first. The rest will follow. What do you guys got to say about that? Send me some comments. Thanks for listening.